Performance multiplier, fueled by Liquid IV. Fuel your play. Patrick Mahomes hoping his new group of bigger targets will help fill the void left by Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs still the favorites in a loaded AFC West, but not by much. They're plus 175 to win it. A couple more teams at plus 275 or shorter. Juju Smith-Schuster in the fold along with MVS, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And how about Sky Moore, who got hit with a fake $40,000 or so rookie bill at the KC Chop House over the weekend. It was fake. He didn't have to play it, but a little rookie hazing for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get a Chiefs betting preview with former Chief Brady Quinn here on CBS Sports HQ. Brady, that's the big question. The new group of wide receivers. In your opinion, is that the biggest question for the Chiefs this year?
I think so. I think it's the question everyone's asking, right? Is what's the production going to look like not having Tyreek Hill out there anymore? And I think as far as what the Chiefs did, they went with a more economical approach. They weren't willing to agree to the deal that Tyreek Hill was able to receive at the Miami Dolphins. So they get younger, they utilize those draft picks, but they also save some cap space, and they're able to spend it on guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, who's trying to prove himself now, along with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who brings some of that big playability and some of the speed you're looking for. And then Sky Moore, who you mentioned that I think has gotten a lot of rave reviews so far. We're going to see him doing the regular season before we really buy into it. But I think one of the things that you've now got is, more unpredictability from this Chiefs offense, where anytime you lined up against them, you got to pick your poison. Either you got to double coverage Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce. Well, you still got to worry about Kelce, but now you got three other guys who are very capable of doing something with the ball once they get it. And I think that's going to create a lot of issues for defenses now in figuring out how they want to try to approach this Chiefs roster in regards to their personnel. But the one thing I think they're going to miss Tyreek Hill on, and this really comes with time of playing with guys, is the ability when things break down for Patrick Mahomes to go then find Tyreek Hill to make a play. It's been a huge part of their offense since those two have played together, and I don't think we give them enough credit for some of those kind of backyard football type plays where Mahomes will be scrambling around and he throws it up and Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere, right? He's going to be able to create separations. No one is going to be able to cover the guy for that long, even in double coverage. So that's the one biggest question mark that I'm curious to see is, are the Chiefs going to play more conventional football, or is Sky Moore going to be that guy? Or is Marquez Valdes-Scantling going to be that guy when things go off script that Patrick Mahomes can find down the field?
Without Tyreek Hill, I was surprised to see the over-under receiving yards total for Travis Kelce actually down a bit. I mean, I think conventional wisdom would say without Hill, maybe he goes to Kelce more. It's set at under 1,100 yards, 1,075 and a hook. And Brady, he's been over that and sometimes well over that over the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, 5 of the last 6 years actually has gone over that with relative ease. So it's a bit confusing here. And again, it probably goes back to the thought that, well, without Tyreek Hill, the double is always going to be on Travis Kelce. Here's a news flash for people. The double has usually been on Travis Kelce in some passing situations, especially in the field, because they know he's the guy that typically is going to be able to make those, third down converting plays. So that's not going to change here. Maybe you're thinking about with more receivers to throw to that Patrick Mahomes feels confident in, the ball is going to spread out more, or maybe they're going to rush more. Maybe it's an injury concern. Travis Kelce will be 33 years old this year, and so potentially that's one of the concerns too, is will he even play all 17 games to be able to hit this number? I still like the over here. I think regardless, with all the unfamiliarity that you've got around you with these new receivers, the guy you're going to rely on, the guy you're going to look for when things break down is Travis Kelce. So regardless of how teams try to play him, I still think the Kansas City Chiefs, as they always do with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, are going to find creative, unique ways to get Kelce the football.
Caesar Sportsbook just begging us to take the over, and that is what Brady is doing right now. How about Patrick Mahomes? I'm going to give you a couple options here. Pick your more favorite one, the one that you would favor a little bit more. 8-1 to win MVP, or 6-1 to lead the league in passing touchdowns. Now, since he threw for those 50 touchdowns in 2018, he hasn't finished higher than 4th in the NFL in passing touchdowns.
Yeah, there's a reason to it. I think you're seeing the game plan play itself out now when you face Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They have no desire to want to run the football. They just want to they sling the football around the field. He sees the most light boxes and two-eye looks, I think, than any other quarterback, probably in early downs. And that's in part because they know exactly what the Chiefs are trying to do, and they're just trying to slow them down and limit some of those big plays or the plays in the passing game. And so for that reason, I'm not betting so much on them throwing their way into the end zone as much to allow Patrick Mahomes to lead the league. I think MVP, though, is very capable. I think if he can cut down some of the mistakes, some of the interceptions, but still be up there amongst the top 5, you're going to see the other stats stack up quite well. And this is a team that, again, I'm very bullish on and optimistic on with the success they've had and a lot of the foundations still being there. So I think Patrick Mahomes is in for a big year. He's a talented player, and with the new additions, I think it's only going to make him less predictable out there in the passing game to be able to put himself up there amongst the likes for MVP.
Rodgers has won it back-to-back years. Mahomes does have one MVP. He was the preseason favorite the last 2 years. Rodgers won it then. Now we're expecting Josh Allen to do that this season as the favorite at 7-1. How about the win total for the Chiefs? It's set at 10.5, and they've won 12+ each of the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, they've hit the over of this the past 4 years, right? And so I think, look, you lose Tyreek Hill, but as we talked about in the promo before, talking about the Chiefs' additions on defense, Trent McDuffie was a welcomed addition at cornerback for them. I think he's going to translate extremely well. Justin Reed to their secondary at safety, he's going to help out. And they also drafted Brian Cook in the 2nd round. George Karlaftis looks like he's going to be the part that they have always looked for opposite of Frank Clark.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.